Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dalia, Ilian, Ibrahim, my Will, and Lizia. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, and yeah, good to have you back again in school. And this week, on Monday, we have language and science, and we're going to start with language as usual. But before we go into today's topic, I would quickly like us to refresh our memories on the last topic we did in class, which was adjectives. So we say that adjectives is a word that describes a noun, and we already know what a noun is. A noun names a person, animal, place, or thing. So adjectives are words that describes nouns. So I would just like you to quickly take out your worksheets. You're going to see those worksheets, I think, maybe in the folder or inside your language notebook. So bring out those worksheets and complete the exercise. It's just on adjectives, and it's kind of a review for us. So this one says, help trace each word and sound it out and work out what it says. So code. You have to look at the other side. This one says code. So look at the pictures this side and find out which picture best describes code, and then you draw a line to it. So it's just kind of like a review on adjectives. When you're done with that, we have also another sheet talking about adjectives. It says use the adjectives from above to complete a sentence. So we have short sentences here that you have to choose an appropriate adjective from this place to complete the sentence correctly. And then we have a last worksheet also where you have to opposite words are also adjectives. So you look at the word code, what is the opposite of code, and then you write it. So these are just kind of to refresh our memories and what adjectives are. So you quickly do the exercise and then take a picture and send the words to me when you're done. Today is May, Monday, 4, 2020. Yeah, we are now in a new month. We are no longer in April. We are in May. And May is the 5th month of the year. So you have January, February, March, April, and May. So we are on the 5th month of the year, which is May. And today is May, Monday, 4th, 2020. There you go. All right, when you're done with the adjectives, you send me the picture. And today we're going to talk about location words in language. Location words. What do we mean by location words? When you hear location, it talks about the place. Okay, it talks about the position of something, where something is or where someone is. And I remember we did something like this in math, where we talked about over, under, behind, in front of, So it's kind of appears also in in language. And we're just going to, I think this topic is just going to help us understand location words more, since we've already come across it in math. All right, so today we're going to talk about some location words which are in. I talked about this also in math. When you hear in, it means inside of something. The boy is in the cave. He's in the cave. In. And the next location word is on. On. When you hear the word on, it's talking about someone or something being on top of something. Like we can say the cup is on the table. It is on the table. All right. We talked about behind, which I said is at your back. All right. Mrs. Uche is standing behind Elian. All right. So behind. Beside is by your side. I remember we talked about left and right. So now we're using beside, because beside means either side, either your left side or your right side. Someone is standing beside of you. It means someone is nearby you. It could be at your right hand side or by your left hand side. And I remember we talked about over, flying over someone or something is over. And we talked about under, which is beneath, under you. So these are the location words. These are some of the location words we will talk about in language. But before we go into the full exercise in the book, I would like to hear you make sentences with these location words I just mentioned. All right? I want to hear you make sentences. So even though you're going to write them down in the language notebook, I would like to first of all see you in a video making sentences with those words, so that I can be able to know if you really can make use of those words correctly in a sentence. All right, so the first exercise we're going to do today is you yourself making sentences with those words I'm going to read now. So you can just take a pencil and write down these words. The first word, location word, is in. I-N, in. That is number one. Number two, on. O-N, on. Number three is behind. B-E-H-I-N-D, behind. Number four is beside. B-E-S-I-D-E, beside. Number five is over. O-V-E-R, over. And number six is under. U-N-D-E-R, under. So these are the 6 location words we're going to be looking at in language. So the first thing you have to do when you're done with the adjective worksheet is for you to make sentences with those words. I want to listen to your sentences, and I want to see how correctly you can make use of those location words in sentences. So when you make a sentence and then you write it down in your language notebook. So you turn to a fresh page in your language notebook, write today's date. Today is Monday 4th, 2020, and you write the topic, location words. All right, and then you make your sentences and take a screenshot of your work also and send to me. Before you write them down, I want to hear you. Okay, make sentences. Please, mom and dad, I really don't need you to help them out right now. I just want them to just think about the words and try to make sentences with it. It doesn't really matter if they make wrong sentences. I just want to understand or see the level of their understanding with using this location words. So allow them to make the sentences while you just make a video or take a video of them doing it. But you can help them in writing down the correct sentences, but just allow them make the sentence they feel like, and you can help correct them while they write it in the notebook. But I don't want you correcting them while they are making the sentences in the video. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Just allow them. It doesn't matter how they're making use of the location words in or, but I just want to hear them make sentences with those words. All right, so when you, for example, they make a sentence and you see that it is wrong, but you had an idea of what they want to say, okay, just let them do it in the video. But when writing it down, you can now correct them. You can tell them, this is not the way you use the sentence. You use the word in a sentence. You use it this way. So that's kind of what I want to do. The exercise we're going to do today in language. And yeah, that's it. For language, when you're done with your videos, you send me the videos and a picture of your works, and yeah, see you on Wednesday. Ciao.